The most intriguing theme park chain for us coaster lovers has to be the SeaWorld and Busch Gardens parks. With so many rumors about new major roller coasters coming to their parks, 2025 will be yet again a very exciting year. So what can we expect each park in the chain to announce as new attractions for 2025? Welcome to Theme Park Predictions. My name is Brandon, and to start my predictions off, let's head over to Sesame Place San Diego. Now, the biggest complaint for this newer park is there's not enough attractions or things to do during the winter months, since this park used to be a water park only. So I predict that in 2025, we will see Sesame Place San Diego add a few new flat rides to the park. I would really love to see a Zamperla Windstar and a new Belez added here. By doing this, it would offer more things for park guests to do in the cooler months and give the park a much higher guest satisfaction rating. Sesame Place Philadelphia. I predict that we're going to see a new show added to the park. I could also very well see a new special event of some kind added to the park for 2025. Now let's talk about the water parks in the chain. Adventure Island, Tampa's best water park, has been getting a lot of love as of late and is now one major slide or two away from becoming the best water park in Florida. The biggest hole in Adventure Island's lineup has to be a water coaster, and I think a new slide from Whitewater West, something like the Edge that just opened up at Soaky Mountain Water Park in Tennessee, would be a great fit. You would experience water coaster segments and the impressive Boomerango element. Aquatica. After adding a new kids area in 2023, I predict that we're going to see an all-new thrill slide added to the park for 2025. And we know that 2024, they're enhancing their bowl slides and making them enclosed. Currently, Aquatica does not offer any slides that feature the ever so popular flying saucer element. So I think that the park's next slide would come from ProSlide and feature at least 3 or 4 of these saucer elements. As for Water Country USA, I predict that we will see some park improvements come to Virginia's largest water park for the 2025 season. Now on to the 3 SeaWorld parks. SeaWorld San Diego. I predict a new roller coaster. With very strict restrictions, when the park does build a new coaster, the ride choices are rather limited. However, with that said, SeaWorld San Diego has around 150-foot tall height restriction, and with 3 out of the park's 5 coasters offering a launch, I personally do not think that the park needs another launch coaster next. Though, I have heard rumors that we could be seeing B&M's next surf coaster open up at SeaWorld San Diego, and honestly, that would be a genius marketing move from the park. This style of ride would tie in beautifully with the rich history that surfing has in the state of California. Now, if it's not a surf coaster, then I predict we could be looking at a brand new B&M family inverted coaster coming to the park. We already know that Busch Gardens Tampa is building one of these to open up in 2024, and I really love this fit for San Diego. SeaWorld San Antonio. The world's largest SeaWorld park is in an exciting position when it comes to new capital for 2025, because their new for 2023 Intamin launch log flume, Catapult Falls, was delayed until 2024. Which brings us to the question, when will SeaWorld San Antonio open up their next coaster? With Six Flags Fiesta Texas being located just around 15 minutes away, and since there's no signs at the moment that they're planning on a new coaster in 2025, SeaWorld should really capitalize on this. But I highly doubt they will, because again, this is SeaWorld we're talking about. So while I do think 2025 could be the year for a new coaster, I think we'll be more likely to see a new flat ride added to the park. What I would love to see is a brand new drop tower added to the park. This park could really benefit from a tower ride of some kind that you can see all around the park. SeaWorld Orlando. Everything is changing for SeaWorld Orlando now that Epic Universe is opening up in 2025, just a short mile away. So what does SeaWorld have planned to help draw visitors to the park over going to check out Epic? A new roller coaster? While I would love to see it, I sadly do not see that happening at this moment. Instead, I predict that SeaWorld will finally do something with the Wild Arctic building. and I would love to see them transform this building into a fly-in theater attraction. This would be a very marketable ride since everyone loves soaring at Epcot, and both of these rides will be very similar. SeaWorld could really benefit from more indoor attractions. But it would not surprise me at all if SeaWorld would open up a few new flat rides at the park in 2025, since you won't find many at the park at all. I would love to see a Zamperla Giga Discovery and a brand new Star Flyer, which would be very marketable since they can claim it's free since it's included in park admission, whereas the world's largest one on International Drive is not. I am very intrigued by what this next park has in store for us in 2025. But before I share my predictions with you for the Busch Gardens parks, if you already are not subscribed to my second channel, Theme Park Recommendations, then be sure to do so you don't miss out on any of my theme park guides and tip videos. And you will find the link to that channel in the description of this video. Heading to Tampa for Busch Gardens Tampa. What does this park have planned? Because every rumor up until recently for 2024 was a new major roller coaster, and then the last minute the park announced Phoenix Rising, their all new B&M family inverted coaster, which does look awesome, but still left us thrill seekers wanting to know what happened and how does Busch Gardens Tampa plan on following up Iron Gwazi. So could 2025 be that year? I really do think that there is a chance, and I think it would be a very smart move for the park to try to draw some buzz away from Epic Universe. But here's the thing, not any type of coaster can do just that. It would have to be one special coaster that could pull this off. And I think that if, and the key word here is if Busch Gardens was to ever get the Giga, then 2025 makes the most sense. That is the style of ride that could really generate a nice increase of foot traffic to the park. Just imagine seeing a billboard outside of Epic Universe saying, "Now come ride Florida's tallest, longest, and fastest roller coaster." People would be intrigued. If it's not a Giga, then I think a coaster like Pantheon but larger would be another great option for the park. Now, something to think about for a second. With all the rumors from multiple sources saying that Busch Gardens Williamsburg was going to be getting a brand new 220-foot tall RMC Hyper Hybrid coaster in 2024, which was pushed back to 2025, and from what we know now is canceled, I wonder if a lot of that money that would have been spent on that RMC project went down to Tampa to help fund their major 2025 coaster. Something to keep our eye on. If 2025 is not a coaster year, then I think a new flat ride would make the most sense. And I think a new Star Flyer that is located near the Serengeti Safari would be a really cool touch, and I'm shocked that they have not added this style of ride to the park yet, just for the views alone. Heading up to the world's most beautiful theme park next. Busch Gardens Williamsburg. With the fantastic detective work from BGW fans and parkfans.net, we now know what Busch Gardens Williamsburg is planning on building in 2025. A brand new B&M family inverted coaster that is said to be themed around the Big Bad Wolf, which honestly would be legit cool. The new coaster will feature 2 lift hills and be located on the old Dragonfire plot of land. While this is not the largest of a coaster, it does look like a ton of fun, and I'm excited to see how this pans out over the next year, since those blueprints are very recent, which means if Busch Gardens Williamsburg is planning on getting a new coaster in 2025, then this is what they're going to be getting. If you are planning a trip to SeaWorld Orlando, then you have to check out this guide to the park, because you're going to learn about everything you need to know before visiting SeaWorld Orlando, including dozens of tips and ways to save money. So what are your predictions for the SeaWorld Parks in 2025? Be sure to let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.